Okay, so I've had a few requests on just how to explain the process of the acid etching I did on this axe head here. So this is the one we did yesterday. That's just a single layered etch. So I put a stencil on, cut out on the Cricut or Cricut, however you want to say it, machine in vinyl, a permanent vinyl. And then drop it in some acid, completely immerse the head in acid, which I'll be showing you after. So that's the one I did yesterday, and that was just a single process of putting the vinyl on and then putting it in acid to get the depth of the etch. So what we're going to do today is something that I haven't tried before, so this is a bit of a new experiment working with the Cricut vinyl. And the acid etching. So this is how the it's just a recycled old axe head, a vintage one. So that's how the vinyl looks when it's just been cut in the Cricut maker, permanent vinyl. A couple of little that's my logo, and that's just a little images I've got off the internet. And the head is polished to about a 400 grit sandpaper. And then we're going to etch that today. The difference today is we're going to do that the same as what we did with that one there yesterday in the single depth, and then after that's been in there for 5 minutes or so, I've got some little mini skulls here. So what I'm going to do is I'll take 3 or 4 of those and stick them on here while leaving the other one on there, and then it'll go back in the acid for another 5 minutes, and then take it out and then dry it, and then put another 2 or 3 of these little skulls on a little bit further down onto here, and then they will get 5. So this will have 3 lots of 5 minutes, 15, 2 lots of 5 for 10, 1 lot of 5 minutes, and then hopefully we'll get a deep etch for the man up here, a little less depth and a little less depth, which should give you a fading effect, I hope. But this is a bit experimental, so you're doing it with me here today. I'll start again when I get ready to put in the acid. Okay, so here it is. It's been soaking the acid for 6 minutes. See how dark that's gone now? That's the acid etching into the carbon steel. Into the water we go. Alright, now I'll dry it off and put the extra little the skulls on there, and I'll come back to you. Alright, it's time for the second etch now. It had 6 minutes and I pulled it out, and what you notice after the first etch is it becomes very dark, which I'll show you probably on the later etch as it comes out of the acid. It's actually got a black slime on it, which you have to then neutralise in the water and then clean that slime off. The reason being that the slime is actually, it's a protective coating that's creating on the surface of the steel, and if you don't take that off, when you go to do the second etch, or you lose efficiency in the etch, and the acid just doesn't attack the steel because it can't get to the steel because of the black slime. So I'll show you how that slime, when I pull it out the last time. It's a bit hard to hold the camera and pull it out at the same time. But alright, so it's had 6 minutes. You can't really see the etch yet. That'll reveal when the vinyl comes off. We've put on some little mini skulls, which didn't work out quite as well as I'd like. I'd like to change that design a bit, but anyway, it's an experiment today, just for the 3-stage etching. So we'll put him back in again, and we'll give him another 5 minutes. Everyone sort of asks the questions about the acid. It's and the process. It's not a very complex process. It's just a little plastic jug. Then I can put a clip lid on when I'm finished to stop any spills, and just make sure it's fully submerged there. And yeah, that's it. And I'll get back to you in 5 minutes. Okay, so here we are. We've had the third lot of quenching. As I mentioned earlier, you can see that it's gone very dark and slimy looking. So we neutralise that in the water. you can clearly see it's got a black slime on it and dark grey slime, and that's what I'm talking about, has to come off between etches, because that's a protective coating that comes on the steel, and that will actually stop the acid etching on the subsequent etches after the first one. So that's what, so you, between etches you have to get in there, clean that slime off, dry it off, and then that's when you can go on to your next etch. Alright, so I'll dry all that up, give it a good clean, and then give it a bit of a polish, and we'll come back and we'll see if we've had some success. Alrighty. Alright, we've given it a bit of a clean up, got rid of the vinyl stickers off there, and it hasn't turned out too bad. So just showing there, that's obviously the first etch, so that's the deepest one. Then we go down to the smaller skulls there, which are those ones there, which were the second ones to go on, so they're the second deepest. And then the last ones there, which are quite shallow and just almost a shadow really, which is sort of the effect that we're after there. And show same on the other side. That's giving that effect there in the steel. So this was really just a test of process to see how the staggered etching would go, and that part of it I'm happy about. Unfortunately, my artistic talents, or lack of artistic talents, have let us down a little bit there, so I'm not very happy with the composition of the actual the picture on there, but the process has worked out alright. So next time we can take a bit more time and maybe make something a bit more pleasing on the eye. But anyway, I hope this is a bit of a help to anyone that wants to give it a bit of a go. Yeah, any questions, let me know, and I'll try to answer them for you as best I can. Cheers.